Would you tell me, please, why should I trade one tyrant 3,000 miles away for 3,000 tyrants 1 mile away?
I don't understand why I won't appear on the ballot.
Well, because of the fact that you aren't a resident of your district anymore, not only would you not be able to run, and that is a matter that's being adjudicated by the Board of Elections at the moment, you would also not be able to hold that office, and so...
Mr. Chairman, I am a resident of my district. I do meet the residency requirement, Mr. Chairman. And I would ask that you produce the evidence here today that indicates otherwise.
Well,
some gripes here about how the chairman has handled things with the party in this primary. Tell me about them.
Well, that's absolutely correct. We have party bylaws that need to be adhered to. The endorsement process has been a sham for a number of years, at least the last 2 cycles under Chairman Borman, and it's our Borges, and it's our responsibility to hold the chairman responsible for these actions.
You're missing is the grassroots uprising for a change in leadership. There was look at the county party chairs who were overwhelmingly in support of me. That is, I think, the unwritten story about this process.
Why were they in support? Was it because
they were looking for a need for change in leadership? I think they, quite frankly, and I hate to I think they felt a little neglected, and they want some change. I look forward to successes in 2017 and 2018, and with all of your help, we can do that. I believe in our Republican family. Sure, we're going to have differences, and sure, we're going to have disagreements. At the end of the day, we're all a part of a Republican family, and we need to be united. I do not. I think it's very important for the primary voters to make their choice. And they can't go wrong. We have great candidates in all of our statewide races in 18. I think you all understand the impact of these decisions, but a few things that I'd like to mention is that there's been a lot of noise. A lot of people have said some things in my name. I think if anybody ever had any questions, you were always free to call me or ask me. My position on these endorsements is that, and I've said this to you, I don't think we should tip the scales for a candidate. But I also think that I, as chairman, cannot prevent an endorsement just as much as I should push for an endorsement. And I think I'm keeping that promise. I think if a candidate receives the overwhelming support of the Republican voters around the state through their endorsements, through the support of the State Central Committee, they should receive the endorsement. I think we all recognize how difficult 2018 is going to be. And I think, as you heard from all of these candidates, some are well positioned to be successful in November. And I think it's incumbent upon us to make the decision and endorse those who we think is going to be the most successful candidates for our party to win and defeat the Democrats. Now we'll discuss the U.S. Senate race. I think I've all been pretty clear in my discussions with all of you that I think it's incumbent upon me to give you the landscape as I see it. We all know that it was a very difficult time for our party when Josh Mandel stepped down. We had candidates in the race, but there was a scramble to find a top-tier candidate. important to know as a chairman that if we have a candidate who's a nominee who is not backed by the NRSC, it means there's millions of dollars that do not come into this state in key and critical times during this election. They may come in October with some ads, but they may not have victory centers and phone banks set up. Because you have to understand, they care about the governor's race from the national party, but what's really important is the federal U.S. Senate race. And so that's something I want you to consider as you have these discussions. I think it's important for you to know where we are in that.
Our job is to engineer an election to win, nothing else. It's our only job.